Okay, so we usually try to do things that make people feel good. And the most important thing in terms of making you feel good, or one of the most important things, is surrounding yourself with positive people. That's a nice way for saying today we're going to talk about negative people and what to do about them. Um, if you don't realize, most of your mental capacity and most of your moods stem from the people that you're around. Now, it's very interesting to think that you are really not producing your own moods, and as a very advanced stage of self-development, you're supposed to be able to produce your own moods, and you can. But very important is picking the proper environment to be around. Now, a lot of times I get asked this question, well, what am I supposed to do with negative people in my life? What's a negative person? So we're going to define a negative person as a person that makes you feel negative, which means, do you feel stifled, frustrated, upset, unclear, limited, let down, depressed when you hang out with people? Now, there are millions of people out there that are always able to make you feel bad or complain or whine or blame. And it's always easy to find people like that. And chances are you probably have people like that in your own life, be they friends, family members, employees, bosses. It doesn't matter. People who are always negative, never taking responsibility, and making you not feel inspired, fantastic, and positive. And the real thing to do about that is realize that those people are like hanging out with someone that's got some kind of freaky infectious skin disease, that if you would touch that person, you would get freaky infectious skin disease. You would stay as far away from them as possible. Now, if you can't just physically remove yourself from the situation, which is so important, be nice, be kind, say, okay, thank you very much, and moving on, right? If you can't, and they're in your life a lot, what you have to do is to realize that the reason that they're negative is because of the way that they have been trained to see the world. What's, so to speak, brainwashed them to look at the world negatively or small or like they can't do stuff. And that they're just like projecting that out to the entire world. So you have to deal with them, so to speak, as if they're nuts. Because if you're not dealing with them as if they're nuts, then you'll actually take their advice and their worldview to heart. So you have to walk into the situation when you're dealing with negative people and say, you're negative. I'm not really listening to you, right? But I'll be in the same proximity as you. But what you're saying is really out of touch with reality. And if you're able to just dismiss it and not even entertain it, you'll have a much easier time dealing with negative people. But the number one way to deal with negative people is remove them from your life. And if you do that and you surround yourself with positive people, you'll have a much easier time being happy, positive, and productive. Do it.